Hello and welcome, friends, to another draft here on Magic Arena. This is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Been a lot of fun, having a very fun time playing. Lots of Azula Cunning Usurpers. This card is insane. It's 5 mana for a 4/4 that essentially just makes them sack a creature, non-token creature, and then you get a thing from their graveyard. They choose, and it's all very good. So this card's just absolutely a bomb. Should not ever pass it if there's a few cards you would take over it, but not very many. And also, my voice is a little dead today. I was at a concert last night, and well, as one does, you yell along, and so hopefully this isn't too distracting. And yeah. Anyways, Azula's great. If I was not in the pack, I think I might take Allies at Last, Lightning Strike. That'll be the two cards that I consider. Both two bits of interaction. This one lets you fight, sort of, and Lightning Strike lets you obviously do 3 damage. All right. Pick 2. We've got some interesting things. June is all right. She's a 2/2 that lets you sack your creatures on your turn to get clues so that she can attack without blocking, or without being able to be blocked, which is nice. I don't think she's the pick, though. Um, the Ruinous Waterbending, not something I really try to play very often, but I did have it go very well for me in a sealed deck recently. So it gets a nod for that. Earth Kingdom General is a nice little 4-mana 4/4 across 2 bodies, which is nice. The second effect where you gain life is just okay. And we don't really have time to talk about all these cards, but I like Invasion Tactics sometimes, but not usually. This rare is not playable. Don't ever really take that. There's the Fortune Teller, which is very good, and it's probably what we're going to take. Firebending Lesson is also a very strong card too. So it's between like a Firebending Lesson, and I think the start of Azula, I kind of like that. So what is this? This is a special bonus sheet card. This is 5 mana for search for 3 aura cards. Put them in. Yeah, that's not playable. Don't take that. Okay. Here we have something that's not nearly as good. This pack is drops off a bit. Fancy Footwork is decent, I suppose. It's a nice little combat trick. Though I found it to be less good, but it has a lot of opportunity to be good. Crashing Wave can be very nice. It kind of depends on the context and the situation. If you're like trying to tempo out an opponent versus staying alive, I think it's a lot better at the tempo side. So this kind of start usually means more of a controlling route. So maybe we take something like Lost Days. I don't think I want to take like Azul Always Lies or Merchant's Many Hats. I could maybe consider taking the Boiling Rock Prison, but I think Lost Days is fine. The Wall of Bossing, say. One of these days I'll take it. Okay, well, not for us. We've got a couple good picks. I mean, Airbending Lesson is really nice too, but I don't think we're going to take that here. And notably, if we took red, it's just stone cold nothing for us. We'd have to take like Sold Out or Waterbending Lesson. So that's kind of what we're considering here. It's, do I take the Waterbending Lesson to stay more blue, or do I just take the Sold Out? Well, they're both 4 mana, so that makes it a little more tricky. It is non-intuitive. I think we've got enough value. I'll just take the Sold Out. And that's a very late Firebending Lesson. I think this card's very good, of course, but I think for us, I'm very happy to be playing Octopus form. Though there's a chance maybe I should just take the blue-black land. I want to say having good fixing goes a long way, and it really does. But I don't think it's at the cost of, like, maybe this is a signal I should be taking the Firebending Lesson. I could see not taking the second one, but or second pick one, but the 5th pick one, that's definitely a lot louder of a signal than the first one was. So I mean, I'm going to take it. Now there's a question on the Spider Snare Trap or Swamp Snare Trap versus the Journey. Also notably, Boomy is a very solid card. I was really high on him right away. I thought he was fantastic, but now I just think he's pretty good. You want to make sure you have a deck that's got like 9 or 10 lessons before you're happy to play it, because you want to always have one, absolutely. But he only gets good if you have 2, and then he's pretty good at 3. Yeah, not much else to talk about there. Take the next little removal. And now this doesn't seem like a deck that's going to benefit from Meteor Sword. I mean, we already have like 4 really pieces of good removal interaction. And a 7 mana one does not seem fits the bill, so we'll just take the jelly. No, Fire Lord Zuko. Does this have any application for me? Or is it just 20 gems? And what I mean by 20 gems is I've completed my collection for this set, and any additional rares you get and mythics you get gems for. Rares it's 20 gems, so mythics it's 40 gems. This pack, I think the strongest card is the Seismic Sense. I think that card's really good. It wouldn't really feel like it would be for our deck, but just noting that is kind of a really like solid green spell. But I'll just take an early 2-drop. Yeah, we've well, we saw one. What was it? The green stuff. We've seen some green stuff. I was thinking we're not that blue. That's what I was talking about in my head, at least. And we saw one waterbending lesson, so it's not like blue was cut off. But I think I'll take the arena or the prison. I think Shoe's a fine card, but you don't really need to have too many of them. I had one draft which was determined pretty much exclusively by who had more shoes, or Merchant of Many Hats, also known as Doc the Ferryman or Shoe the Fishmonger, Ushi the River Cleaner, depending on what job needed to be done. Probably. But aside from that one game, I don't think you ever really have time for or need more than that. So, yeah, this pack got 3 things that kind of jump out at me right away, and I'll talk about this real quick. Another firebending lesson. This card's just really good. We've already got 2 bits of interaction that we're fixing. We're happy to play. The land, Agnakel. That's about the best I'm going to do on that one. It's the water, northern water tribe, I believe, and it's all right. It's a good land. I don't think you take that over like the best removal, but these lands are usually pretty good. And then it's Hama, Bloodbender. Basically, she enters, they mill 3, you exile one of those and non-creature spells, non-creature, non-land, and then you can waterbend to cast it, which is really good. I like it a lot, but I do find myself taking her too early, I think, and I'll just take the firebending lesson. I do really like a Hama, though. And I guess there's a world where we're playing black, red, splash blue. It doesn't seem like something that I would do, but noting that if the cards fall drastically different this pack, we could go that direction. All right, well, we got some interesting ones. We do actually have to make a choice now. Ran and Sean a black lessons deck. Does that make sense? That's crazy. If I wouldn't take that, I would take stay blue black with the Foggy Swamp Bender. There's also an Iroh's Demonstration, which is very good, of course. But I think it's between staying kind of this blue black route or taking Ran and Shaw. I am a sucker. What can I say? Not so much of a sucker that I'm not going to just take the Invasion Submersible. Like, it looks like we're going to be Grixis. So fixing is important. And the Invasion Submersible is just a top tier card. Like 3rd pick Invasion Submersible means we're going to get other good blue stuff. Are we blue, red, splash, black? That doesn't seem like it would make sense. Now there's a Lightning Strike, which is not a lesson, but it is a good card. I don't think I can take Aang's Journey over that, even though I want to. I think this pack is just weak overall. Like, you're not happy to play Fatal Fissure. This card is just very underwhelming. Seismic sense is good, but we're just not doing that. We'll we'll leave the crazy splash for other people. I'm already gonna try to make a double red card work, so no, I do regret that, but seems like a crazy swap if I were to do that. I mean, it could still just be blue black splashing for the Ran and Shaw plus the good removal. I guess that's a thing that could be done. I don't think I want to take Soul out here. And I guess the botanist or the herbalist would have been a nice pick, but yeah, my suspicion was it just wasn't going to work out. Yeah. Okay. Lessener Shrine. I will just take the blue red land. Okay, well. Well, it turns out we probably could have gotten that splashing if we wanted to. I'm a sucker for the shenanigans. What can I say? Now, normally I would say this sort of deck does tend to be teamer or blue green as a base, and then you splash, but well, we would have had all the fixing actually. That's okay. I think trying to not go too crazy with splashing in pack 2 is probably the best choice. I mean, going into pack 3, we've got some good red stuff, and we're trending towards gray with the interaction. We have 6 creatures, 7 creatures. It really jumps out at me as particularly powerful. The Spirit Water Revival is kind of nice. Lets you essentially draw 2 for 3 mana, which is fine. It's divination. It's decent. But for an extra 6 water bent, so you can tap your stuff, you get to shuffle your graveyard and then draw 7 cards, which is quite strong, of course. I don't know if we will have the time to do that here, but I just don't see something else that really draws my attention. I mean, take another barrels. I really don't want to play the Cruel Administrator. I think I'm much happier to play like a Platypus Bear than that, I'll be honest. But the Peddler's fine. Zeal Always Lies is another lesson, so we can try to make Ran and Shaw work. I mean, like technically we could make the green work. I just don't want to. It would have to be maybe like Iroh Grand Lotus. That's about realistically the only card I could see myself taking over it. It's an interesting one. Sokka lets you discard 2 to draw 2, which is really nice. Zuko is very good in a black red aggressive deck, which, could kind of be, honestly. He's good low value. 2-drop. They're both 2-drops, though, is the thing. So it's like one of these 2 things will probably be what I take. But the Glider Staff's really good. The Scroll is nice if you're in that deck, but I wouldn't pick it too highly. Sherdritz is also fantastic. And then commons, whatever. I'm going to take Sokka. I'm going to take Zuko. That might feel strange, and I think it was a strange pick, to be honest, but it's what my heart told me to do in the moment, and, well, listen to your heart, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm considering taking the land versus taking the Callous Inspector. I think having just a little bit of cheapness is goes a long way. And we already have 4 pieces of fixing. What's one more? Absolutely just taking a lesson here. I hope the Porcupine wheels. If not, one of these 2 should wheel. One of these 3 cards will wheel and I'll be happy about it. And if none of those wheel, well, you got me. Okay, well, we have... Might be a bit of a meme to play the water bending. Redirect lightning. That's pretty funny. This pack has a Callous Inspector, and we're just going to take that because we're content to take a card that will be okay in our deck. Okay. Well, it turns out the blue-green route would have been fairly phenomenal. But you can't live in the past. Maybe I just take the Mongoose Lizard. I'm fairly down on the War Balloon. And obviously I think we're just enough, we have enough removal that we want a creature that we can cast. Now here we have 3 lands. I'm just going to take the blue-black one. I think the Messenger Hawk is very good. Don't get me wrong. Be very happy to have that, but I think I just need one more piece to be situated properly. Now the question is, do I take the Pirate Peddlers, which is not going to be very good in our deck, or the Kyoshi Battlefan? I think I like the 2-drop. Okay, well, I think this is what... No. We'll see. Dang. Actually, none of the cards that I mentioned wheel out of that pack. It's insane. Oh, actually, sorry, that was this pack. Interesting. Muy interesante. We have 5 1-drops, or 1 and 2-drops. We have 3 bits of interaction that we can cast early. We definitely went for the memes. I guess that's me, and this is my draft, so if you're still sticking with me, you at least kind of like the shenanigans. So fixing-wise, we've got Barrels of Blasting Jelly. I mean, how many lessons did I end up with? 7. And that's playing a couple of the meme ones. I wasn't supposed to do it, I know. I think the highest win rate was probably sticking a little bit more aggressive and maybe taking the Iroh's demonstration. I think we would have been quite content with that, but the blue never really worked out super well. So we're going to play a little bit of blue for Submersible, Lost Days, and Azula. They like 1, maybe 0 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Submersible, Lost Days, and Azula. I think that seems fine. And now we just need to make sure we have as close to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That gives me 4, 9 red. That's totally good. And then 7, 8, 9, 10. So I could play 1 island if I wanted to. And I think I will. Makes me feel just a little safer, you know. And so we're sitting at 10 creatures. 10, we'll say 11 creatures. 11, and then one of them being the merchant, which can get back. And then we're playing some kind of sus stuff, but I think we're fine with that in the end. Now the question will be, do I play these land cyclers? And actually, if I play both of them, this is a decent shot that maybe we just go to 16 lands at the island. Sit with 2, 3, 4, 5 blue sources for 3 cards that are all good to cast late. Plus an energy bending, which again I think is very cuttable, but we are trying to make this Random Shaw work. So we'll see. Now the removal that I think falls off a peg when I've got so much removal is obviously the Azula always lies, but for the previously stated meme of Ran and Shaw, we will be doing. I will not be taking notes. The peddlers, the sold out maybe, but I think we just take the swamp snare trap. Like we have enough early-ish stuff that I'm just gonna play all of that. Okay. Maybe I should just split the difference though and go with one sold out, one of those. The real answer is probably like play the swamp snare trap over Lost Days would be my guess, but once again, pointing to the meme of Ran and Shaw. Anyways, if you've liked the draft so far, you want to catch future drafts, feel free to hit that subscribe down below. I'll probably very rarely ask for that stuff, but as a very new channel, this sort of thing is what gives me that positive feedback that I'm at least doing something correct. And if you think that my drafting style is totally atrocious, well, also let me know about that. I think the only way you can grow is by confronting those past beliefs. Now, if this isn't a perfect hand, I don't know what is. Oh. Here's crazy today. Don't you dare touch my merchant. Don't you dare do it. Fair enough. If they use the path on a merchant, I have to imagine they have a second bit of removal. Is my game flickering a little? Or is my eyesight phasing out momentarily? Yeah, fair enough. You know what? Maybe I'll draw a third land at some point. Fair enough. Dang, that was brutal. Yeah, maybe I should have mulliganed that, but didn't feel like I didn't have that much time, but they went 3-drop haste creature into 4-drop haste creature. That's pretty good. We are running 16 lands, which I guess does run into that risk. Alright, back at it with a fresh set of coffee, and the sand seems totally fine. Ruinous Waterbending looks like it's going to be very good here. So I probably just don't want to play cards that are bad for that. So we just play our Blasting Jelly. Nah, I'll play this guy too. I think if they don't do anything additional this turn, I will. That is pretty good. It feels like it'd be a little egregious to put it on the wolf bat, but a couple options. We can Blasting Jelly. We can sell out. Do some combination of these 2-3 things, but I think what I want to do here is probably so I'm gonna go to 7 life here. Just off Zuko. Let's just see how they attack. Exile this, take 6. We go down to 1 here, which is, it is what it is. Bummer. I think I misplayed that game. Hmm. think we're gonna make that adjustment. Just go up one more land. I think we just cut one of the land cyclers. I think the Death Touch one is better, but I don't think we need the black mana more, so. 2-drop, 3-drop on the play. That's a good answer for whatever they play that the protectors would have killed. Certainly I'll block. Double creature as a follow-up feels pretty good. Oh, they're doing something crazy here. Not really where I expected this draft to go, I won't lie. I guess we chill. We've got Death Touch. Sure. Nice. We get to keep the Porcupine too. Not going to get too invested into this Porcupine, but I will certainly leave up Lost Days. Dang. Can't actually target that. Oh, it's creature or enchantment. That's interesting. I wonder what the logic is between that not being also able to target artifacts. Oh, it's little Momo looking for Appa. Get little tufts of hair he found. I considered it, but I don't think that was worth. Nice. I figured if their last card was a trick, I'm like quite content for that to be the case, so. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, he's kind of on the line. I don't think it's a particularly good draw for him, but they certainly think that it is. Unfortunately, we could not quite get there. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I guess they can keep making tokens with the Dragon T-Shot, but... Got there. Hey, a win is a win. A win is a win. Alright, I am racing up against the clock today. I've got an engagement in some minutes that hopefully we can finish this draft by then with a 7-win victory. But we got a long ways to go. I think we'll get there, but it certainly is a long ways to go. Nice, so we will get to start Fire Nation engineering. Obviously, you would normally wait, but they're tapped out, so we're not going to bother. Fair enough. Well, removal, that's pretty good. Energy bending into double removal, or rather... It could have easily just have a removal spell here, but... I played 4 of their non-creature spells already, so... Yeah, I kind of figured their last card was an octopus form. That's alright. We'll play a land, and now we get to fire bending lesson, I guess. That's a pretty good one. Well, I guess I have to deal with both of them then, don't I? I mean, 5/6 does block the waterbender. They're Jeskai, so they're playing maybe like Sokka or something. Show me. Oh. I was like, I can't really think of a card that gets me too bad. Like, at best, I feel like it was going to be a 2-for-1, so... And they discard instead of tapping the lands. Lighter kids, eh? So we don't have 7 mana. We're taking 6 down to 7 here. Then I guess next turn we can play a flyer to block. I'd prefer to just hit a land to go Ran and Shaw, but I guess sold out would be a good draw too. I mean, they've just kind of had very efficient answers for everything we've done so far. I feel like they like there's no point for me to not attack with it. I mean, technically, if they have nothing else, this is maybe okay. Fair enough. Live by the blasting jelly, die by the blasting jelly. Know what I'm saying? Well, that was a tough one. Sometimes it goes like that, huh? Sometimes it do be like that. Well, wish I would have drawn Azula a little bit more, and Ran and Shaw was worth the meme, but we didn't get there, and we didn't get the squeeze in the end, so probably was worth forcing lessons if I was going to go this route, but we probably would have had just a fine, like, black, red deck, splash blue. Zuko was awful, by the way. I regret playing him quite a bit. I would have rather this 2-2. But that is life. That is how it goes. That is how the cookie crumbles. I hope you've had a nice time watching this, seeing me do what should not be done. Well, you take care. Have a good one. And I'll see you all in the next video. Gotta get right back at it, you know.